It may surprise you to hear this, but if you're reading this now, it's no coincidence. A commitment you made beyond the limits of your current memory is awakening, and the universe is preparing you for what's about to unfold. If you watch at least 12 minutes, you affirm your readiness to embrace every aspect of this ancient agreement. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment 77 to signal your openness. Then leave another comment in your own words. Ready for what's next. By doing so, you activate immediate, tangible shifts and step into a new phase of transformation. Chapter 1. The Call of an Ancient Promise. Throughout your life, you felt an unexplainable pull, like something beyond the physical world was calling your name. Those around you, parents, teachers, friends, never saw it. They dismissed your restlessness as mere daydreaming or misplaced ambition. But deep within, you sensed a destiny you couldn't put into words. That feeling wasn't random. It was the echo of a soul contract, an ancient promise you made long ago, now surfacing in your awareness. In moments of heartbreak or crisis, this sense of unseen guidance became even stronger. Perhaps you defied impossible odds or experienced spiritual nudges that protected you from disaster. These weren't coincidences. They were reminders that you are not just another piece in the Matrix's game. You are chosen, linked to a cosmic purpose beyond conventional measures of success. Yet for so long, this calling felt like a burden, leaving you restless or misunderstood. You tried to blend in, silencing the inner voice that whispered, "There's more to your story." Now that whisper has become a roar. The contract you signed in a realm beyond time is activating. It's not written in ink, but encoded in your very soul. Every challenge, every heartbreak deciphers another line, bringing you ever closer to the moment of full awakening. If you felt an upsurge of dreams, synchronicities, or uncanny luck, that's no coincidence. Each sign is a line from that cosmic agreement calling itself to you. People around you might sense you're changing. Some might encourage you. Others might worry you're becoming too different or intense. Let them wonder. You're stepping into the truest version of yourself, free from illusions that once caged you. This contract's activation demands you shake off any fear-based living. You realize there's no time to continue half-hearted attempts to blend into a life that isn't meant for you. Each hour you remain inert or complacent contradicts the pull you feel in your spirit. So, you stand at the threshold of something grand. Past doubts fade because you see evidence of alignment everywhere. Repeated numbers, meaningful coincidences, a sense that life's corners are shifting in your favor. The universe isn't just randomly shifting, it's responding to the ancient vow you made. You might not recall the exact words, but your soul does. Embrace that vow. Trust it to guide your daily steps, because once you accept that your contract is active, you can't operate at half energy anymore. You're either in or out, dedicated to living out the promise you once made. Choose in and watch how quickly life transforms, as though invisible hands rearrange events to honor your timeless commitment. Chapter 2. Your trials were signposts of readiness. You might wonder why so many hardships accumulated in your path. Betrayals, dashed hopes, financial shortfalls. These trials felt relentless, making you question if you'd ever find stable ground. Yet each test was a signpost, measuring your readiness for the soul contract to kick in. Think of it like a forging process. Only once your resolve hit a certain threshold could the cosmic agreement fully unlock. That might sound harsh, but chosen ones often undergo more intense refining than the masses. It's part of the calling you accepted before you ever knew this life. Initially, you may have raged at God or cursed destiny for your misfortune. "Why me?" repeated in your head, a heavy lament no comfort could erase. Friends or family offered platitudes, but they didn't quell your deeper ache. Only when you stared adversity down did you glean glimmers of deeper truth. These pains shaped your empathy, sharpened your discernment, and made you allergic to superficial illusions. Ironically, each heartbreak moved you closer to fulfilling your cosmic vow. Without them, you lingered in shallow waters, never discovering the depth you now embody. Look back at your toughest moments and see if you can spot the thread of transformation woven into them. Perhaps a major betrayal taught you self-reliance or sparked your intuitive gifts. A near financial collapse might have revealed your dormant resourcefulness or triggered your pivot to a life path more aligned with your spiritual compass. Each seeming dead end eventually rerouted you to a place of sharper purpose, ensuring when your contract awakened, you'd have the internal fortitude to handle it. These signposts served an added function, sifting out inauthentic ties. People who only cherished the easy version of you fled when storms raged. Left behind were those few souls who stuck around, who recognized there was meaning behind your struggles. Their presence proved you were never truly alone, even if you felt isolated in your suffering. The Matrix uses adversity to break spirits, but in your case, adversity confirmed your spirit was unbreakable. That unstoppable core is exactly what an activated soul contract demands. Embrace the thought that none of your trials were wasted. Each tear, each disappointment expanded your capacity. If the contract had activated earlier, you might have squandered it in confusion or immaturity. Now, having walked through the fire, your faith stands tested, your moral compass unwavering, your empathy refined. You're ready to take on a magnitude of purpose that would intimidate less prepared souls. The universe sees that you've shed illusions, and it responds by opening doors only the fully awake can handle. So instead of mourning past miseries, reinterpret them as cosmic signposts, each one a rung on a ladder lifting you higher. Today you're perched near the apex, feeling the final rung quiver beneath your foot as you step onto the platform of your next dimension. The script your trials wrote in your spirit will guide you to navigate new blessings with wisdom, ensuring you don't squander or exploit them. This unwavering mastery of adversity signals to the cosmic realm that you're not just hungry for your calling, you're qualified. Chapter 3. You no longer need others' validation. One hallmark of your soul contract's activation is liberation from external approval. In past chapters of your life, you might have sought affirmation from friends or authority figures, letting their praise or criticism mold your self-image. That era ended the moment you recognized you have a mandate from God that outweighs any human endorsement. You still value wise counsel, but you're no longer swayed off course by insecurity or the fear of looking foolish. This freedom might startle people who knew you when you hungered for their approval. They may say you've changed or grown distant. Let them voice their confusion. You haven't lost empathy. You've gained clarity. Your identity no longer hinges on applause. It rests in the unwavering sense that a cosmic mission fuels your steps. This shift spares you from manipulative dynamics where others exploit your need to please. You see through those illusions now, forging a path that aligns purely with the divine blueprint. When your soul contract reactivates, you perceive the difference between fleeting acceptance and eternal validation. Fleeting acceptance comes from the matrix awarding clout only if you conform to popular trends. Eternal validation arises from a place deeper, a synergy with universal truth that remains sturdy despite outer opinions. This synergy means your sense of worth can't be eroded away by backhanded compliments or smear campaigns. People can whisper rumors. You stay steady because your moral compass points to a higher approval that can't be tampered with. This new stance also changes how you approach opportunities. Before, you may have accepted tasks or relationships just to be seen as cooperative or likable. Now you pause to ask if it aligns with your soul's vow. If not, you decline, no longer racked by guilt or fear of missing out. The matrix might label you arrogant, but you see it as integrity, because no external prize trumps living in the lane God carved for your destiny. And ironically, the more you trust that lane, the more prized opportunities come your way, defying logic that says you must compromise or flatter to get ahead. At first, this can be lonely. Some relationships crumble, resentful that you are no longer bending to maintain them. Others see your self-assured aura and interpret it as ego. Accept that this confusion is inevitable. Over time, results will speak for you. Those meant to walk beside you will adapt and cherish your authenticity. Those who can't handle it will fade out, making space for alliances grounded in true respect. You're not shutting out good counsel. You're simply refusing to let fear or flattery dictate your course. By shedding the need for external validation, you slip free from a major matrix tactic, controlling souls via opinions. Now you act from an inner directive, knowing each step you take to fulfill your cosmic promise is blessed. Freed from the emotional roller coaster of others' acceptance, your spirit soars, unstoppable. The universe acknowledges this independence by magnifying your influence and the resources at your disposal, confident you'll steward them responsibly, not chase empty popularity. Such is the strength of a chosen one, unbound by applause or condemnation. Chapter 4. You rediscover dreams, once set aside. Part of stepping into your soul contract is retrieving dreams you once shelved. Maybe it was a creative ambition you abandoned after a harsh critique or a leadership vision overshadowed by life's daily grind. You told yourself it was impractical, that you didn't have the means or time, but quietly that dream refused to die. Now as your ancient vow stirs, you sense those aspirations springing back to life. It's as though your soul whispers, "You're not done with this." It's crucial to your journey. For a while, you might have pushed away these dreams, labeling them as naive or far-fetched. Circumstances, finances, or family opinions seemed like insurmountable obstacles. And yet, each time you saw something or someone living that dream, your heart gave a pang. Whether it was seeing an artist performing, an entrepreneur building empires, or a humanitarian affecting change, your spirit recognized a piece of your own destiny reflected in them. You tried ignoring it, but it wouldn't vanish. Now your readiness to reclaim these dreams ties directly to the cosmic agreement reactivating in your life. God placed those desires in you from day one, but the matrix's noise and your own doubts caused you to bury them. The universe hasn't forgotten. The moment your spirit signals genuine alignment, events conspire to reopen that dream's door. People you meet, online inspirations you stumble upon, or even random new skills you pick up. Each clue draws you closer to resurrecting the dream you left gathering dust. You might wrestle with practical concerns. Am I too old? Do I have the resources? Will anyone care about what I create? Yet the deeper calling outshines these worries. The universe never invests heavily in illusions, but it invests fiercely in authenticity. If this dream still sings to your soul, that's a sign it remains relevant to your life mission. The question is whether you'll trust the cosmic backing that emerges when you step in faith, or whether you'll let fear guard an empty cage labeled, "It's impossible." No one suggests you leap blindly. You can craft a plan, but let your plan remain flexible, guided more by intuitive nudges than rigid logic. The matrix tries to ensure everything fits spreadsheets and immediate proof, but the chosen one's path thrives on synergy that defies typical timelines. Doors fling open once you confirm, "Yes, I choose to resurrect this dream." Allies appear, finances adjust, new angles emerge. You find that the biggest challenge wasn't the dream's feasibility, but your own willingness to believe again. Reclaiming these lost visions not only revitalizes your creativity, but it also cements your confidence. You realize the illusions that once made you shelve them were just manipulations to keep you small. Now you operate under a new rule. If God placed it in my heart, I have the power to manifest it. Maybe not overnight, but steadily, assuredly. And each step you take in resurrecting this dream echoes the cosmic value signed ages ago, reaffirming that no door the universe intends for you can remain shut forever. Chapter 5. You magnetize the resources meant for your calling. As your soul contract wakes up, you'll notice an uncanny momentum in your favor. Money that once dodged you starts appearing. People who can finance or support your ideas seem to pop up at just the right moment. Even intangible resources like specialized knowledge or timely mentorship manifest without the usual struggle. This isn't random luck. It's the universe honoring a deal sealed in spiritual realms. By standing in alignment, you effectively send out a cosmic call that draws in exactly what you need. Before this, you may have fought tooth and nail for scraps. Loans fell through, patrons turned you away, or collaborators had cold feet. That was the matrix testing your endurance, seeing if you'd crumble under perceived lack. Now you know better. Real abundance flows from a divine source, not from frantic chasing or forced networking. Once your spirit aligns with the soul contract, your vibration shifts to a receptive state, letting resources converge around you. Some call it manifestation, but it's more like an old promise finally being redeemed. Of course, you remain responsible for handling these resources wisely. If sudden money arrives, you don't blow it on trivial pursuits. If a knowledgeable mentor steps in, you humbly learn instead of acting like you already know everything. This balanced approach transforms each resource into a multiplier for your calling rather than a fleeting windfall. The Matrix tries to sabotage chosen ones by tempting them to misuse newfound assets, incurring karmic backlash. You sidestep that by maintaining gratitude and clarity. Interestingly, your magnetism also curates your circle. Those who sense your rising fortune with opportunistic eyes may attempt to latch on, but you've grown savvy about hidden motives, so you kindly but firmly keep boundaries. Meanwhile, genuine collaborators who share your moral code or your life vision find their way into your orbit, eager to co-create. This organic weeding process spares you from draining entanglements, guaranteeing that your new resources aren't siphoned by manipulative forces. And the best part? Each small success boosts your faith, intensifying your magnetism further. You see how one door leads to another, forging a chain of blessings that logically shouldn't be this easy, but spiritually makes perfect sense. The universe invests more where it sees sincerity, stewardship, and alignment. You become a favored channel through which blessings pass, possibly not just for your gain, but also to uplift those around you. This synergy stands as proof that the unstoppable connection between a chosen one and God's plan yields results beyond typical hustle or cunning. Hence, treat each resource, be it money, knowledge, or opportunities, as evidence that your soul contract is in full effect. Don't question if you deserve it, you do. By virtue of your unwavering stance and moral growth, embrace each asset with open arms, combining humility and bold action, so these gifts multiply. That's how you co-write your next chapter, not clawing for scraps, but receiving what's rightfully yours. Because you've stepped into the vow you once made. In that vow, all that you need for your mission was always guaranteed to find you. Chapter 6. You embrace this fate without apology. One challenge chosen ones face when stepping into their grand destiny is the worry of outshining others. You might downplay your progress, frightened of triggering jealousy or making someone feel small. But your soul contract demands you stand in your full light, unashamed of the magnitude of your calling. Dim your brightness, and you sabotage not only your path, but also those who'd be inspired by your boldness. The universe shapes her gifts for a reason, and shrinking them doesn't serve that reason. Friends or family could question your sudden leaps. You've changed, as they might say. Or don't forget who you used to be. In truth, you haven't forgotten anything. You simply accepted that you can no longer dwell in a lesser version of yourself. Their concerns might reflect their own discomfort with transformation, not any real flaw in your choices. Rather than apologizing for your ascent, you hold compassion for them, hoping they find their own expansions. Still, you remain anchored in your purpose. Apologizing for destiny undermines your contract. If you see your blessings as undeserved or worry that you're overshadowing others, you inadvertently block the flow of cosmic favor. The universe can't fully pour into a vessel that keeps questioning whether it's right to hold the water. That internal hesitation disrupts the synergy of your calling. So you release the guilt. Embrace that if God anointed you for greatness, no human discomfort should overshadow that divine appointment. This acceptance also means you move more decisively when you spot the next stepping stone. You leap, not seeking permission. The matrix feeds on hesitation, hoping you'll second-guess your every move. Freed from that bondage, you respond swiftly to intuitive prompts. A job opening that appears out of nowhere? You apply. A random idea that sparks your creativity? You pursue it. Each decisive action reaffirms your contract, telling God, yes, I'm all in. That unity invites further expansions of blessings. Expect friction with individuals who remain entangled in illusions of mediocrity. They might label you prideful or accuse you of forgetting your roots. You respond calmly, letting results speak. Over time, some realize you're not boasting. You're faithfully stewarding a cosmic mission. If they can't adapt, your journey proceeds without them. That's how chosen ones preserve their emotional energy, refusing to be stuck in the matrix's web of emotional manipulation. Hence, stepping into your fate without apology solidifies your unstoppable momentum. You align with a story bigger than yourself, acknowledging that each step you take broadens the horizon for countless others. In shining, you not only fulfill the vow you made ages ago, but also illuminate the path for those still living in shadows of self-doubt. By holding your ground confidently, you become a beacon of possibility, confirming that once a chosen one quits apologizing for their destiny, the universe floods them with unstoppable grace. Chapter 7. He declared the new chapter and walked through it. Now you're standing at a threshold where all the trials you overcame, the moral awakenings you've had, and the hidden dreams you've guarded converge. The moment you say, "I'm ready," you open a cosmic door. This isn't private wishful thinking. Chosen ones must proclaim their readiness. Doing so isn't for show, it's a spiritual commitment. Once spoken, your declaration ripples through the universe, locking in your choice and opening the floodgates. Your declaration might take the form of a prayer, journaling session, or a heart-to-heart with someone you trust. The key is sincerity. Fear may try once more to delay or cast doubt, but illusions have lost their power. You know another day of half-living is another day away from your grand destiny. So you speak up, stamping your future with a resounding yes. Crossing this threshold triggers an immediate alignment. Ideas crystallize, resources appear, supportive energies rally. Challenges persist, but you're no longer bound by them. The moment your heart commits, the universe rushes in with the building blocks of your assignment. Whether unexpected job offers, new alliances, or sparks of creativity, you welcome them, thankful yet focused on your mission. This new chapter also expands your empathy. Shaped by your own hardships, you approach people in crisis without judgment. Compassion merges with purpose, bridging your success and service. Chosen ones don't cling to blessings. They serve as vessels, allowing them to flow and uplift others. This cycle of giving and receiving transcends the matrix and strengthens your divine contract. You were gifted so you could give. As you move forward, a quiet certainty replaces old doubts about your worth or readiness. Each time you speak from your soul, life reshapes itself around you, mirroring your alignment with higher principles. Onlookers may wonder why blessings seem to follow you, unaware that you're simply fulfilling a sacred agreement between your soul and the universe. So step boldly into this new chapter. Don't dwell on stories you've already outgrown. Have the courage to write this fresh page with conviction, staying true to your purpose. By embracing your role as a chosen one, you affirm an ancient cosmic truth, that you are here to shine, lead, heal, and dissolve illusions. Own it fully, and watch as the path that once seemed distant reveals itself as the only road you were ever meant to walk. Your declaration isn't just for you. It marks the beginning of a greater design, offering hope to those who witness your transformation.